Today we're going to be taking care of something that I should have done quite some time ago. It's just, look at this mess. Oh man. So this is my desk. You guys are getting a little bit of a sneak preview of the upcoming desk setup tour, but this is just terrible. Look at this. We've got, what do we have here? A couple of old iPhones, a couple pairs of AirPods, a couple Apple Watches, a pile of cords, some old iPods, some more iPhones back there. But the worst part is when you look here behind this monitor. This is the part that, I kind of need to clear the whole desk off to really do anything about. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. In just a few minutes, you guys are going to see this entire desk cleared off, including the PlayStations, probably including the receiver as well. It's going to take freaking forever, but I know this is something that needs to be done, and I'm probably going to regret it until it's finished. But really quick, notice how stable this video is? I finally picked up a gimbal for my Panasonic mirrorless camera. This is a DJI Ronin SC, and it's just been great. It's a super nice gimbal. Once you figure out how to balance it and set it up properly, this is one of my favorite camera things that I own. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the desk revamp. With the iMac off the desk now, you can get a better look at how awful the situation has actually gotten. And I think the reason it's so bad is because I just kept adding stuff to the desk without really doing anything. Just if it was in the way, I'd be like, push it back to the back of the desk. And the most recent occurrence of that is when I got these new 27-inch Samsung monitors. Everything, I kind of just crammed everything in here. And this is what I'm left with. These are actually glued to the desk, so that's going to be fun to get off. A couple other things glued are this Apple Watch charger. This tree has been there since 2016. And, oh man. Take a look at how dirty the back of this iMac is. That is so much dust. It's only been there since the end of 2016. Not even 4 years. It's awful. I'm going to have to clean that off for sure. So here's the progress so far, guys. Not much has changed since the last one, but there is quite a few less wires here. The PlayStation 2 that was right here is now gone. The other two PlayStations are still here, but the old Blue Yeti is off of its arm and the arm is off the desk. And this is pretty much just what the desk looks like at this point. Over here we have all of my network equipment. We have two 8-port switches, and they are labeled. This one's labeled a little bit better than the other one. And these are actually the exact same model number switches. Just one of them is newer, which is this one, and they changed it to black. But there is the Xfinity all-in-one modem with the Wi-Fi disabled because the Wi-Fi is actually out in the kitchen through that wire. But the plan is, I've got these two hubs glued to the wall now, and if you've watched the recent episode of the Rantcast, you can hear my hard drives humming through the microphone. So my idea is I want to get them on a shelf on the wall so they're not vibrating my desk. And we are going to be vacuuming all this drywall dust off as well. And this is where I moved everything to. So here we have my iMac and my two displays. We have the original Blue Yeti and the Yeti X, Apple TV 4K, a bunch of old phones and iPods, my keyboard, a couple old Apple Watches, and my subwoofer, a PS4, a gimbal that I didn't stick my camera on for this part of the video, the PS2, I do still have it in case anyone was curious, as well as another PS4. So all this used to be in my room, just scattered around. And it's all out here now. And here's the shelves I was talking about. Look at these things. It's gonna work out pretty nicely. We're gonna put the PlayStations on a couple of these as well. Here it is, guys. The desk is pretty much completely empty except a couple of power cables, but other than that I was able to get it wiped down and vacuumed off. Looks pretty much brand new. So the next step is worrying about these PlayStations. So if you remember from, I think it was in the most recent desk tour video, this PS4 was right there. It's been replaced with the PS4 Pro. It's in the same spot though. The PS3 was right in that spot on the back, and the PS2 was actually just crammed back here behind a monitor. So the plan is to take the PS4 Pro and the PS3, they're gonna go on shelves right here on the wall. The PS2 was going to as well, but the shelves don't fit it, so I have to wait for new shelves for that one. Regardless, these two PlayStations, the PS4 Pro and this is, I believe, the PS3 Slim, are going to be going on the wall right here, and as well as the hard drives going on this wall back here. And these Ethernet cords, I believe, are for the iMac, Apple TV, PS4, and PS3. They're just kind of hanging here, so they were out of my way. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get the shelves up on this wall right here and set the PlayStations on them. There they are, guys. The PS3 and the PS4 Pro are now up on the wall. Behind the PS4 we have a Western Digital 2TB My Passport for extended storage on the PS4 Pro. And the PS3 just only has the power and HDMI plugged into it. Both of these are going to the receiver, however, through HDMI. I think it looks pretty nice. It's definitely a lot nicer than having it down here, and I do still need to clean that up, but I'll get to it in a second. Here's the one for the hard drives. It's just gonna be right there. I think it might actually not be big enough, but we're about to find out. These hubs hot glued to the wall right here are just to make it a little bit nicer looking, so hopefully there won't be as many cables just laying on the desk as there used to be, but again, you know, I still need to plug the Ethernet cables into the PlayStations as well. Here's the solution I came up with. Only 2 of the My Books would fit on the shelf, so I put the 6 and 8TB one on there, and the only one that's really making a ton of noise is this one. This is the 8TB one, and I don't know what it is. It's got to be something with the new design that just makes it, like, you can probably even hear it from here. It hums. It hums a lot, but the other 2 weren't vibrating my desk, so that's the 3TB down there. That's the 6TB. And I do have all 3 of the My Passports up here. They're actually just behind the books. You can't really see them too well, but trust me, they're back there. I think it looks pretty nice. I've got the iMac back in here. I cleaned it up. I polished the screen off with a microfiber. I wiped all the dust off the back of it. Looks pretty nice, you know. It's still sticker bombed. Kind of like that look. Over here, not much has really changed, but I did put all the wires, all the loose wires away, and the PS2 is sitting here for right now until I get a shelf that will fit it to put it on the wall right beneath the PS4. So pretty much all that's left to do now is get all of the monitors back in here, push the iMac back, put the keyboard back. So here it is, guys. This definitely looks a lot nicer than it used to. Look at this, we actually have open space on the desk. Now over here is still just a little bit of a mess, but all I really need to do is put this Canavera away and organize those remotes, and we'll be good. So to end off this part of the video, we're gonna do something classic. So here it is, guys. This is the final product here. It looks pretty nice. You know, we've got a couple spare iPhones and spare Apple Watches just sitting here, a couple pairs of AirPods still, but there's no longer a huge mess of wires. It's actually about 2 weeks later. This video actually needs to go out in about 12 hours. Yeah, but, you know, here it is. I think it looks pretty nice. You know, not really much I could do about wiring. I mean, I probably could have done a little more for cable management, but it definitely looks a lot nicer than it used to. Less wires going everywhere. And I actually forgot to mention that I relabeled this this Ethernet switch, so it's a lot nicer. It matches that one, except the labels are different colors. These PlayStations have not fallen down yet. Pretty good thing. The PS2 is right here, and I actually have this hooked up with a digital optical cable. I'm sorry about the bad lighting in here, but it's actually hooked up with a digital optical cable for audio to that receiver. So there it is, guys. Hopefully I'll be able to get this up in time. I guess if you're watching this on Friday, you'll know I did, but there it is, guys. If you enjoyed, as usual, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until the next video, that is going to be it.